Hi, Laurel students. It's Ms. Bauer again. Here is a read aloud. I haven't done a read aloud for at least a week because I've been so busy in the Google Classroom visits. I wanted to show you that today is Tuesday, May 19th, and we're going to do read aloud number 12. The story I'm going to read today is called Thin Ice. It's written by Anne Sibley O'Brien and it's illustrated by Craig Orbach. I want you to take a really good look at the cover, and then I'm going to cover up the information on the back, except that I do want you to see the publisher. It's another one of my Heinemann books that I like to share with you, and Heinemann is something that we use Fontes and Pinnell. You're probably familiar with that. So the genre of this story, I'm going to show you a couple of pictures and see if you can take a good guess or make a prediction. Here's a picture of the middle of the story. So clearly they're not photographs. Here's another picture of the inside. So it is fiction. It's a made-up story, but it is realistic fiction. So realistic fiction means that it could happen. It didn't really happen, but it could happen. It's possible that it could happen. And, I gave you the wrong Post-it. That one's messy. This is a specific type of fiction that a lot of you older kids are familiar with. Graphic narrative or graphic novel. If it's a graphic novel, it's going to be more of a story than this. It'll be thicker like a chapter book. This would be considered a graphic narrative. That's kind of a fancy way of saying it's written like a comic book. So the story is called Thin Ice. The one reason I love this story is because it has a lot of something called onomatopoeia, and that is when the author writes words that sound like noises, like crack. I'll show you if there is an example. Every day, Rosa walked home from school with her cousin, Manuel. Hey, Rosa, wanna watch Robo Monsters with me today? The red guys have the blue guys trapped in this cave, and they have to blast out through the rock with their air blasters. I can't, Manny. I have to write a story about something that happened to me for school. It's due tomorrow. Rosa watched Manuel every afternoon until his mother, Tia Cristina, came home from work. What can I write about? Nothing exciting ever happens to me. All I ever do is babysit. It would be easy if I were like Manny. He's always having adventures. Hey, Rosa, I'm a tightrope walker. Now I want to give you a little bit of a hint about this story. What's written up here in the red section, that's the narrator telling you what's going on. And then these speech bubbles are the two characters talking. That's called dialogue. Rosa and Manuel passed the Swensons' field. Though the weather was getting warmer, their pond was still covered with ice. Manny, where are you going? I'm a famous hockey player. I'm going to skate on the ice and win the championship. No way. Poppy says the ice isn't safe anymore. Come on, Rosa. I'll let you be the goalie. You never have any fun. Manuel, the world's greatest hockey player, steals the puck. He drives for the goal. Give that back. Oops! Rosa's notebook flew out of Manny's hand and skittered across the ice. So if you can see there, he grabs her notebook out of her hand and it skitters across the ice. Skitter, skitter. It's kind of one of those words I was talking about, onomatopoeia. I'll get it, Rosa. Look at me, Rosa. I'm skating. Manny, come back. It's dangerous. Rosa tried to convince her cousin to get off the ice, but Manny wasn't listening. It's okay. See, it's perfectly safe. They heard a terrible groaning sound and then a loud crack, like a rifle shot. No! So here's an example of what I mentioned earlier. It's called onomatopoeia. It's when the sound of a word sounds like the sound it makes in real life. Crack, crack. Sounds like something making a crack, like a crack of ice. Help! Rosa watched in horror as the ice collapsed under Manuel. Rosa tried to tell Manny what to do. Rosa! Manny, grab the edge. Pull yourself back onto the ice. Help me! But it was no use. Manny was too frightened to even hear her. I have to get help, but I can't leave him. He'll drown. Come and pull me out. I can't go out on the ice, Manny. I'm heavier than you are. The ice will crack. We'll both drown. I have to do something. Oh, think, Rosa, think. There wasn't much time. Rosa knew no one could survive for long in water that cold. Before I read the next page, I want you to notice something here. We have a speech bubble, but then we also have a thought bubble. And there are certain things that Rosa will say out loud, but she won't say them, her thoughts, because she's actually really scared and she doesn't want Manny to get scared. So she doesn't say her thoughts out loud. She just says them inside her head. Finally, Rosa spied some fallen branches on the ground. That gave her an idea. I'm coming, Manny. Manny, grab the branch. It's not working. He can't reach it. Oh, Manny, hold on. I'm pushing it closer. Rosa. Rosa could hear Manuel's teeth chattering. His cries sounded weaker now. He couldn't last much longer. She slid forward on the ice. So the word chattering, that's one of those onomatopoeia. Then she felt the ice giving way beneath her. Ah! Stop! You're choking me! So it's really important to take a good look at those pictures. With graphic narratives, the pictures tell 1,000 words. Through the stinging cold water, Rosa swam toward Manuel. Manuel threw his arms around Rosa's neck. They both went under the water. Gasp! Let go, Manny. We'll both drown. Using all her strength, Rosa pulled Manuel's arms apart. I have to get out of the water to help him. Don't leave me, Rosa. She forced herself to push him away. Rosa climbed back out onto the ice. She was freezing and exhausted, but she saw that Manuel was now closer to the edge of the ice. Let's try it again, Manny. Come on, help me. Grab onto the branch. Oh no, I still can't reach him. So look carefully at the difference between what she says and what she's thinking. freezing. Can't move. But I have to. Rosa's body felt as if it was turning to ice, but she had to keep trying. She slid over to a section of ice closer to Manuel. One more time, Manny. Please, please, I have to save you. Manny, wake up. Grab the branch. It's working. Such a clear illustration. Hey, look over there. Call for an ambulance. Somebody fell in the pond. Then Rosa heard voices shouting, Manny, hang on. People are coming. It seemed to take forever, but emergency workers raced to the rescue. Did you see what that girl did? She lay down on the ice to spread out her weight. She saved that boy. That was good thinking, Rosa, and you never gave up. You saved your cousin's life. The fire chief called Rosa and Manuel's parents, who rushed to meet them at the hospital. Sniff. I'm so sorry, Rosa. I got us both into big trouble. You sure did, but it's over, and it turned out okay. And you know what? Now I have a great story to write about myself for school. The last part, I think she's just trying to cheer Manny up a little bit. And here's the last page. Now remember, this is fiction. Local news. Medal for girl 11 who saved boy from drowning. Rosa Mendez smiles and Chief Rosen places the Medal of Commendation around her neck. And then there is even an article that the author made up to match the picture. So Rosa turned out the hero in the end. This story is called Thin Ice, and I'm actually going to be reading this story again to room 15 on Thursday. Maybe another upper grade class next week, so we can get a closer look at this graphic narrative, which means basically that the author decided to write this story in comic book form, where the pictures are actually just as important or maybe more important than the words. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will be seeing you soon in your classrooms. Take care.